it's getting towards the end of the boating season, and Amy and I have one trip left to go out to the lake, and we're going to close the boat that weekend. So before I close the boat, one thing I wanted to do was alter my boat trailer, because my boat trailer, it's been great. It's been working really good. It's the first iteration that I did of it. And the one thing I want to change, though, are the pivoting arms, the pivoting blocks that the boats sit on. So I'm going to eliminate the pivot option and just go with a fixed setup. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm tired of the pivot arms flopping like as I'm driving, and when I pull it into the water, one flops down, one sits level. Sometimes it sets up this way, so it's too complicated. So this is hopefully will be a stupid simple video of me fixing my boat trailer, changing it up, and then hopefully loading the boat on the trailer easily. So let's get to it. So if you guys haven't seen the first video I did of this trailer where I built it, I encourage you to watch it, and not only to see how I built this thing, but also to see how I've improved on my editing skills and camera skills, because that's something I am slowly getting better at. But as you can see, I have these, we'll call them the bunkers. I actually think that's the right term. So the bunkers are what the boat sits on. So I literally drive the boat straight onto here, and the belly of it sits here on the bunkers, and then the nose sits up at the rest. So what do I want to change? What I want to change are these. So right now, this pivots, and it contours to the boat. But really, I noticed that when the boat's on here, it's really just sitting flat like that. So, I'm tired of those flopping a little bit while I'm driving. Otherwise, I could put a bungee there, but I don't know. I'm just tired of it. I'd rather just be fixed and call it a day. So these also shift side to side, but they also, rock up and down as well to help contour the boat. And again, like I said, they've been working, but it's just too complicated. Again, there's a lot of movement when I'm backing this thing in the trailer, or backing this thing in the water. Also, what I noticed is a lot of these brackets right here, I have to lube them up every year because they get stuck. It is aluminum on aluminum, which is fine, but the aluminum hates the steel underneath. And sometimes these rock good, but sometimes they don't. I know the tail ones don't rock good. So anyway, I'm gonna get to ripping these off, and then I gotta figure out how I want to hold these bunkers in place on the frame. Not worried about the top bunkers. I think I should be able just to put L brackets on the main frame and then secure that bunker right to the L bracket. I really think that should work just fine. This one though is going to be tricky because I appreciate and need the overhang. So you see how I have this beam going here? I have a lot of load being supported on the steel member. So this extends out. What does it extend out? Roughly, probably 18 inches when it's up. Yeah, a little over 18 inches. So I like that overhang. Like I said, I need it. And I'm just thinking here, how do I want to... I need to get the frame extended. I can't put the wood right to this beam, because then I'm going to have from here all the way there overhanging, and it'll snap. So how can I get the best strength? What can I do? What's my width here? 3 inches. And what are my brackets? My brackets are bigger. Brackets are 4 inches. Is that right? Inches. 8 inches. I got 3 and 4. That's 7. I'd have an inch left. So I know I'm talking to myself, but what I'm thinking is I don't need this member no more. So I'm getting away with it. We're doing away with it. I know I put, these look rusty, but I bought them brand new. So I think, let me squirt some lube on these. Let me take that beam off. And then I'll have to disconnect this beam as well. You know what? I'm just going to take all this shit off. And then you'll see what I'm doing. Because I'm thinking I'm going to mount this beam to this beam. That got hot. It would be neat to like use these brackets for that beam, but it's not going to work. So we'll go this way. So we'll go that way. So I could go holes into here, but do I want to do that? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? So I'm getting ready to do some grinding, and I want to stop and explain. So you saw me drag this thing out, and I was trying to figure out, because I was questioning myself, is what's the best way to do this? And I can't use those U-brackets the way I wanted to, but you know, this beam is the perfect, it's really the perfect width, you know. So I got 4 inches on the inside there, and I got 3 inches, so I could really go 4 like that, so I could really hug this thing and have that U-bracket grab this. I'd have like a 1/2 inch of clearance on either side of the U-bracket, and I think that's just fine. But I'm thinking if I could grip that from the top, then these beams would be sitting, you know, parallel with these. And yeah, I mean, that's gonna like shimmy me back here a little bit, so that'll give me some extra room. And then I can cut these tabs off and then just mount my 4x6s right to here. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because that's what makes sense. Look at this freaking bolt. Look what's left of it. Yeah, I think that would look good sitting like there. So I'm going to trim the ends off of this support bracket that'll get mounted to the main beam. See if it fits. Beautiful. Nice. It's almost like we knew what we were doing. Let's see, that'll hold it. you know, I'm under the gun. It's raining out, and I got to get this trailer up and ready. I'm not going crazy here. I know I'm going to get hate. I'm not cleaning all this crazy shit, so I'm going to weld some rusty steel to this galvanized rail. I'm going to make it look good, and that's part of the reason why 6011 is so good of a rod for shit like this. Alright, now that we got both ends welded up, I gotta U-bolt this into place, and then I can actually put like some serious weight on the back to make sure the welds hold. Tell you what, this garage needs a serious cleaning. I mean, look at all this shit. I got like on the table, I got one project, I got 2 projects, 3 projects, 4 projects. This one's a joke. Got another project. My primary project. Never ends. Never ends. I'm making this U-joint bracket because I want to fasten the tail end of the legs that I just welded. So I welded those extension legs to a support bracket, and that support bracket I'm going to have U-bolted to the frame. Why aren't I welding it? I'm not welding it because I don't know if I 100% like where it's at. That's why I'm U-bolting, so I can like take it off and move it if I have to. These are 2 of the finest handcrafted brackets money can buy. So I got those U-bolts there, and then I ended up welding a support beam there, so I can't remove it now. So I might end up just welding it, but for right now I'm just going to leave it. But, you know, right now I'm standing on this thing, so that's 250 pounds all the way in the end. And, you know, I'm really putting a lot of force on here. But, yeah, so I'm balancing, but I got 250 pounds on this edge. So that's good. I still have to mount my 4x6. That way it distributes the load evenly, but it's good to know that, you know, for, you know, momentum purposes, you know, mechanics and materials here, I'm using some engineering language. So if I'm applying 250 pounds of force here, I got no change there. So that's good news. That is good. That looks good. I'm trying to get this board as level as possible. You know, wood warps. And so I fastened the front. So I'm good with where it is in the front. But I also got to fasten the rear and the sides. And now that I got this thing level, I can fasten her down. All right, one side's done. So I got the bunkers all fastened up. I think I'm pretty happy with it, you know. I mean, it's on there good. I worry about the cantilever a little bit, but most of the weight of the boat's going to be right here. And the only thing I got in the back really should just be the motor. Like I said, a lot of the weight should be distributed in the center there. I think I'm okay. I think. So I'm driving out to Western Pennsylvania, and I'm going to go to the marina. marina where the boat's at, and I will back this trailer into the water, and then I'll drive the boat right up. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous with the overhang I have on the back side of the trailer, but I think most of the weight's going to be up front, so I don't think it'll be a problem, but you don't really know until you try, so I don't know. Stay tuned until I get there. Do we think this is deep enough? I do not think so. Let's back it up a little more. Let's give her a go. Alright, let's fire this thing up. Sounds good though. Me trying to line this thing up. So she's out of the water. That's sitting all right. I'm touching. So initially I was a little worried with like how the boat was like sitting on my bunkers, you know, like I just want to make sure I had good load distribution. It's sitting a little farther back than I thought, but when I get to this farm I'll show you guys, but it's actually sitting almost perfectly flush from how I built it. Which is cool. It's pretty much how I wanted it, and the rear beams are flexing back a little bit, which is expected because, you know, the engine's back there, so there's a lot of weight. But overall, I actually think she's sitting just fine. I mean, I'm towing it, ain't no problem. You know, it tows fine. It towed fine with the other bunkers, but it made a lot more noise with the adjustable bunkers. So this is definitely quieter, and load distribution-wise, it seems to be towing and, you know, braking just fine, not pulling to one side or another. So I think we made out pretty good, but we'll do a one-over when we get to the farm. Well, I got here, and I'm getting my shit together to winterize this thing. So I figured I'd show you guys. So the boat's on the trailer, and I would say it's not sitting half bad. Like if you're looking underneath, I got the front supported there, and the rear sitting right there. See how it's cantilevered over, and it is overhanging a little bit, but it is damn near flush with where I thought it was going to be. So Maybe it was a good guess, maybe it was luck, maybe it was perfection, I don't know. But it's not sitting too bad. And the beam, I'd say the beam is flexing a little bit, which is expected, but well, my welds are holding real good, so that's nice. So, I mean, I have a huge point here on the rear that's pushing down, and a big point right here that's pushing down. You see that? So I think with the point there in front of the wheel and the load on the back of the wheel, I think I got most of the load right there. So I was thinking about possibly moving the tongue up more to get more forward pull, and I could do that maybe for like 6 inches or something, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it as is and call it a day. So that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to winterize this boat now, and that way it's good for the winter. They're going to store it in one of the barns for me, and I'm not going to make a video of me winterizing the boat because there's 10 million videos of that out there, and I probably do it in a way that people don't like. So is what it is. I got shit I gotta do, so I'll see you guys next time.